Hi guys, it is Cara the Bubblelush. Okay, so I guess I just need to go ahead and make this video. It is, let's see, it's September 15th. It has been just over a month since I've made a video, and I think everyone is wondering like what is going on. And foremost, I absolutely want to say everything is fine with the baby, everything is fine with Hannah, everything is fine with me, everything is fine with my husband. It has just been a really, really stressful month, and actually more than a month, almost 2 months now, because some of this stuff started in July. So the reason why I didn't make a video, and the reason why I didn't vlog about this before, is because it was all just it was just really stressful, and it was really upsetting and disappointing, and I didn't want to like hash it out in a vlog until I had a chance to really think about it and really kind of figure out where I stood with it. So let's just kind of go through the list, I guess. So right after I found out I was pregnant when I was like 6 weeks. It was right before I turned 6 weeks. My new weeks turn over on Saturdays. So since today is Saturday, I'm now 15 weeks. But I found out that I was pregnant the day before I turned 6 weeks. And I didn't know how far along I was, like you guys know, and so I went and had the ultrasound done, and right after that I started feeling the effects of pregnancy, but just a little, you know, and then every day it just kind of got worse and worse, and it was this constant nausea and a really like debilitating exhaustion, to the point where like I was just kind of on the couch, and every time I stood up I would get super lightheaded to the point where like I would nearly faint, and it was just really bad. So, and it was really I think the worst thing about it is that it made it really hard to be not just a wife but a parent to Hannah, because it took like every ounce of energy I had to care for her, because I just felt so awful myself, if that makes sense. So anyway, so it just kind of progressively got worse and worse and worse. Shortly after I announced my pregnancy, I started getting just some really harassing, I guess, emails. They were upsetting, they were harassing, they were rude, they were complete invasion of my privacy, really disrespectful. And it wasn't only me, people were emailing my family members, they were emailing my coworkers. It was just it was really disappointing, because the thing is that it was only like 1 to 5 people, right, that were doing this, and that is such a small drop in the bucket of this community, because the vast majority of you are amazing and awesome and supportive and wonderful, and you are what makes this community. And it's just that case of like that one rotten apple kind of ruins it for everybody. And so, Hannah, are you okay?
No, I'm fine.
You're fine?
Okay. No, I okay.
No, I okay.
No, I okay.
She's watching a cartoon. Anyway, so that really kind of disappointed me. And at the same time on Facebook, there was some stuff going on that and being said that I wasn't really comfortable with. And so I started kind of considering the possibility of taking a break. And for those of you that have followed me for a long time, you know that in this January I will have been doing this for 4 years, I think. And I love this community, and I've tried to be a constant contributor to it, not even if I was just TTCing or pregnant, but like raising Hannah and sharing my day-to-day life, and I love this community. So the idea that I could even think of leaving it kind of scared me and made me step back and kind of reevaluate. So right after all that happened, and I was still getting emails, and I was still getting the threats, to the point where, I notified YouTube, I notified Facebook, I notified my local police. So it wasn't like a laughing matter. So shortly after that, I found out that a family member that I'm not necessarily close to, but is a close family member. Does that make sense? Like, it's not like we have a super strong relationship, but like, it's not like they're my third cousin 4 times removed. They're a fairly close family member. And their spouse, they posted the video where I announced my pregnancy. And these are 2 people that know of my struggle with infertility, that have followed my YouTube and Facebook videos, that have constantly told me that they're praying for my family, and that they know that we want to have more children and everything like that. And then they posted the video where I found out I was pregnant and basically just invited all their friends to mock me. And it was just, I just kind of felt violated at that point, because here I had some people, some strangers, right, that were like really being harassing. And then I had this family member that I finally kind of decided to let my guard down around, and like, I was trying to be okay with them being in this part of my life, like having access to like theBubblelush, you know, like, you know, when you have a strained relationship with a family member, sometimes you don't want them necessarily knowing all your stuff, but obviously I post live videos, and so, you know, anyone can see them. But it's one thing like someone watching your videos, it's another them like actively talking about it with you and saying that they're praying for you, and then to find out that this amazing moment, like amazing moment that you found out that you're pregnant, like, my God, that was an amazing moment, and I'm so glad that I captured it, and I'm really proud of it, and I think that my child, this baby, and Hannah are both gonna love seeing how excited we were, and how wonderful they were, how we considered them, you know? And have someone, like, just tarnish it like that, it just kind of felt violating. And it's one thing when strangers do it, it's another thing when family members do it, you know? Like, even if they're not the closest family member, like, it's another thing for someone that is your blood to just bash you like that and openly invite all their friends to mock you. It was just mind-boggling. And so I thought, you know, maybe it's just my pregnancy hormones. Maybe I'm completely overreacting to this. You know, like, obviously I post my videos live. I know that not everyone agrees with people posting videos like that, so maybe I'm just being too sensitive about it, but my husband was furious when I told him. Furious. And rightly so, honestly, now that I have like a month to look back on it. It's disgusting what they did. And so I called them and confronted my family member about it, and there was like no remorse or apology. It was just, it is what it is. You put it out there. I'm free to make fun of it. Deal with it. And I was just so upset and so hurt, honestly. And that night, I think it was just a culmination of all the stress and everything that was going on. It just felt like every day I woke up and there was someone sending me hate mail, or there was someone threatening me or my family, or there was a family member doing horrible things. Like, it was like every day. And that night after I got off the phone with them, I started spotting, and I was just like, this is not worth it right now. Like, it's too early in the pregnancy. It's too sensitive of a time. I cannot be this stressed. And honestly, just talking about it now and like bringing everything back up from a month ago, I'm like having a physical like anxiety reaction to it. It was awful. And so I just needed to step away. And I wasn't at a point emotionally or physically, because I was still really ill from the pregnancy. I didn't want to make a video. Like, I didn't know how do I explain that, right? Without like getting everyone kind of hysterical about, you know. So I tried to stay active on Facebook so that everyone would know that I was okay. But I know that, you know, in hindsight, I definitely should have made a video. I just couldn't. I just couldn't. I couldn't bring myself to get in front of a camera, and I just couldn't. And it sucks because I missed out on all those weeks of pregnancy vlogs, which are like my favorite thing to do. And it just sucks. And so to see people like commenting on my last video and that they're so concerned about me makes me feel super guilty. Because I don't want to leave anyone in the lurch, and I don't ever want anyone to think that there's something wrong with me when there's not. It's okay. I just needed some time to deal with some stuff. But also to see what people thought was going on, like I had to sell my camera because we couldn't afford, like, no. No, that's not what happened. Someone said that I got fired from my job. That did not happen. However, I am now a stay-at-home mom. So let's talk about that because that's a little bit more exciting. So like I said, I was having a really severe symptoms of pregnancy. Hold on 1 second. Hey, Hannah! Hannah, can you bring me the remote? Can you bring me the remote? It's on the couch. It's by Caesar. It's by Caesar. Get the remote. It's by Caesar. Oh, Caesar. Bring it here, bring it here. Bring it here, bring it here. Good job. Good job. Thank you. Is it gonna work? Oh, good. Sorry, I had it paused, but all of a sudden it turned up. Okay, sorry. Okay, so I was having really bad symptoms of pregnancy. I was nauseated all the time and extremely exhausted. With Hannah's pregnancy, I did have the nausea, but as far as the exhaustion went, if I took a nap at lunchtime and I was asleep by 9, what is it, like be super annoying day while I'm vlogging? Caesar, bring that toy to me. Bring me that toy. Bring it here. Thank you. Let's not play with that. As long as I took a nap at lunchtime and was asleep by 9 p.m., I was pretty okay. I can definitely function during my workday. Oh my goodness, it's so loud. But with this pregnancy, I was exhausted all the time. So my husband and I talked about it, and it was my goal to be a stay-at-home mom by the time Hannah turned 2, and Hannah's gonna be 2 in 4 days, which is crazy. And I definitely wanted to be a stay-at-home mom once we had our second child. And you know, we didn't know when we were gonna have our second child, who knows. So that was just kind of always our goal. That was always our long-term plan. And so my income basically just went to paying off student loans, paying off the cars, that kind of stuff. And we were just trying to get to a point where we would be totally fine on Chris's salary alone, because Chris has always been the breadwinner. My income was just a bonus, I guess. So Chris and I sat down and talked, and especially after I had the spotting issue, we realized, so I'm going to be a worthless employee for the entire first trimester, most likely. Not really being able to focus or concentrate or even really make it throughout the day because I'm so sick. And then during the second trimester, I usually feel better, but I become a mental basket case and complete pregnancy brain. And that's kind of one of the busiest times of year. And then the third trimester, which is during the busiest time of year, I'm probably gonna at some point go out of commission and leave us down an inspector. And then I'm gonna have my baby and be out for 2 to 3 months and leave them stranded again, and then come back maybe after having the second kid, and again not be as good of a worker because I'm going to be sleep deprived with a baby, and I'm going to be kind of, you know, angry because I want to be at home and I'm missing time with my baby. And I think it's a really tough transition when you transition back to work after maternity leave. So I just looked at my husband and I was like, we are already so short-staffed, and you know, if I'm just like a worthless employee for the next year, I'm not doing anyone a favor. I'm not doing anyone a favor. It takes a toll on our family for us to be a 2-income household because we're constantly juggling and we never get to actually spend time as a family. And while the extra income is nice, my coworkers are going to end up suffering for it. My work is going to end up suffering for it. And it's not going to like help me become, you know, a better employee. It's just going to be another year where I was like a lackluster employee. So we basically was just like, you know, for my health, especially considering the spotting, I just needed to quit. So I put in my 2 weeks notice, and they hired someone, and then I think they hired another person, and now everything is good for them. And I'm happy because I'm a stay-at-home mom, even though this past month has been a huge transition from going from a full-time working mom to a full-time stay-at-home mom. Like, that's a huge transition, adding on the stress of all this junk that's been going on, and the nausea and exhaustion from pregnancy. It was a really just awful kind of month. You know, like, it's just, August just kind of sucked. So the great thing, I guess, is that as soon as I turned 14 weeks, I felt a lot better, which is good because between the time I was 6 weeks and 14 weeks, I lost 20 pounds. And that's a lot considering my husband was still like forcing me to eat. Like, he was like, I don't care if you only take 3 bites, like, you have to eat. And I was just so sick. I just kept losing weight and losing weight and losing weight. So with Hannah's pregnancy, I lost 9 pounds in the first trimester. So 20 pounds that's a big difference. And I really felt it. It just, my overall energy was just down. But now I'm starting to feel a lot better. We've spent the past week cleaning the house top to bottom because my sister-in-law is coming for a week-long visit, and hopefully her boyfriend and his daughter are going to be able to come as well. And so we've just been getting everything ready, and now the house is pretty much ready. I have to do another load of diapers, and then the house will be spotless. So I kind of feel like everything has calmed, and I hope that you guys will accept me back with open arms, because I really did miss you. I missed making videos. I felt guilty every day that I didn't. I just had to deal with this stuff, and I had to kind of come to terms with it and wrap my head around it and feel safe about it. And it was just kind of a process I had to go through. So I apologize for any of those of you that were concerned or worried or anything like that. It definitely wasn't my intention. I just had to take care of me. And any extra energy I had to go towards taking care of Hannah because I was a stay-at-home mom and I sucked at it for the past month. Sucked at it. But now I'm getting better. So anyways, sorry about this long rambling video. I just figured I owed you guys kind of an explanation of what was going on, and hopefully you'll be seeing me a lot more regularly. Like I said, my sister-in-law is going to be in town for a week. She knows I make videos and stuff like that, but I just don't know how much time I'm going to have to vlog while they're here and edit and stuff. But I will try to be much more consistent about my videos, and especially with pregnancy updates and stuff.
I'm so calm down.
Hey, I know you don't have a shirt on. Do you want to say hi?
No.
No? Okay. You'll see her in another video. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for being so patient with me, and yeah.